there isn't a single good person on planet Earth. This is something that I think about, and I think about more and more as I get older. There's just, I'm not good. There's no good people. There's not one good person. There's like a couple Bible verses that always like ring in my mind, um, where like a rich man goes to Jesus and he says, like, he basically calls him good, and he's like, why do you call me good? Like, only my Father is good, only God is good. It's like, the way I think about that is like, if Jesus himself is saying like, why do you call me good, and saying only God is good, only my Father is good, it's like, if Jesus himself is going to ask those questions and not even claim to be good himself, it's like, where does any human being have the authority to call themselves good? They, to me, in my eyes, they simply don't. Like, anyone, like any Christian, anyone outside of Christianity that like tries to appear as good, or tells people that they are good, it's like it's completely over their head. They don't understand. They don't even have a strong foundation to stand on in any aspect of their life, if that is their mentality. Like anybody who calls themselves good, right, at any moment, it's like they're setting themselves up to be humbled. They lack actual raw humility, because to have humility, you need to realize that you're just not good. There's no potential in you to be good. All the potential for one to be good comes from something that is not you. It is not even from the world. It is from beyond the world. It's like that's what I feel like a lot of people, or a lot of Christians I've seen, either online or in person, like, they just don't want to come to, they can't. They either can't, they don't understand it, or they don't want to come to terms with the fact that they can't call themselves good and be honest. They can't call other people good and be honest. It's like, every time I call something good, or I call like something in the world good, or I call myself good, or I call another person good, it's like there is somewhere a layer, however thin, there's a layer of deceit there. And it's like, almost like, now when I call things good, most of the time, or I think of like something being good, I remind myself of what I'm talking about right now. And I think that is a healthy way to look at it. That is the correct way to look at it. It's like, every time I say, oh, this show is so good, this song, it's so good, listen to this song, it's like, every time I say something like that, I feel like I'm lucky to be reminded that it's really not good, it's not okay, it's not, anything like that. Another thing is, like in Romans, it's like, there's no one righteous. There's not one righteous person. There's not a single righteous person. No one is doing righteous in the world. Not one. Not one but God, right? He's the only righteous. It's like, I feel like these ideas are so important, but they like aren't really remembered by a lot of people, or like a lot of people who are like espousing and preaching Christianity. They don't really want to talk about these things, because it doesn't necessarily make people feel good. It's not supposed to. You know what I mean? These kinds of ideas are supposed to make someone be in like awe of God himself, and be grateful for God himself, that like he provides grace to us. The things that we might consider good are only there because he allows it to be there, like those kinds of things. It's like facing a humankind's insufficiency, or their lack of ability to meet what they desire to meet. And most people desire to meet those feelings without God at all, and they fail to do so, despite the fact that they can, delude themselves into believing that they are approaching something that's good, when it's just, in fact, they're not. No one is righteous. It's like, there's another verse. It's like, your righteousness is like filthy rags. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's supposed to be like menstruation rags. Like that's the quality compared to God. It's like a human being's ability to be righteous is like a filthy rag. That really shows you how good, a human being can actually be. You know what I mean? So it's just, I try to stay away from people that like say that they're good, or they want to present themselves as someone who's good. I'm good for this person, I'm good for that person, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. It's like, I don't know. It's something that I constantly think about once in a while, and I think it's important, so I wanted to share it. I mean, with all these videos today, it's like I'm just gonna have to work on these ideas and think about them more as I get older, and I hope that I can like articulate them better and maybe redo these videos. But for now, I mean, this is the way I think about them, this is the way I speak about them, this is the way I want to present them, and so on. And that's it. Thanks.